Hello and welcome to the first episode in my vlog series, and today we're going to be looking at coach education. Before we get onto the questions that you guys have sent in, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a brief outline of my kind of experience of the coach education system in England with the FA. All my qualifications I've done with the English FA. I've got my UEFA A licence, I've got my Advanced Youth Award at Professional Development Phase, and this month I start my Pro licence, which I'm really looking forward to. The Pro licence application process is outstanding. It's probably one of the best things I've done with the FA. They've really opened their minds up and opened the box to bringing in outside entities to come in and really test you on what you're about as a person and how you kind of fit your philosophy and your beliefs into your everyday coaching. But if I take you back to the beginning, sort of when it first really kicked off for me, I did my qualification when I was at college. And then I did my prelim as a part of being in youth football. And the evolution from then to what the courses are now it's been outstanding. And I think that anyone who's been on recent courses would agree that, especially with the introduction of the Youth Awards, that the FA are really looking at the whole coach now as a person, as opposed to just I hate the word, but like a robot going through, which I think a lot of the coach education systems across Europe and the world, they were based on that. This is the right way to do it, this is the wrong way to do it. And that's changed massively. And you're able to put your own personality, your own spin, and as long as you've got reasons and you can justify what you're doing, the FA heavily support that. So I think that's a big credit to them, and I'm really looking forward to starting my Pro licence this month. We'll get on to the questions now. And the first one was, should grassroots coaches coaching a 5 to 11 year olds do the new UEFA B course, or is the level 2 enough? It's a great question. I mean, the FA have got, as I said, the Youth Awards now, which I would strongly recommend for coaches at all levels, the level 1, the level 2, level 3, which you can all do without assessment. Obviously, to gain the Youth Award, you need to have an assessment to then allow you to do the Advanced Youth Award. But at grassroots level, to do those 3 courses, looking at the 4 corners, the tech, the physical, the psychological and the social, are key to the development of grassroots players, especially 5 to 11s. As a coach, if you want to develop, you have to develop your knowledge and understanding of the game. Because however we look at it, mini soccer, the technical practices, the foundation phase, the 5 to 11s is. Eventually, these boys and girls are going to move on to become 11-a-side football players. So it's only fair to them for you to improve your own knowledge. So although I wouldn't say it's a necessity to do UEFA B, I think if you want to develop yourself in a way that's going to help develop the players, I think the UEFA B eventually would be something you'd need to look at. The second question I had was, has the FA's new linear coaching qualification pathway been a success? So I'm guessing by that question they're talking about the fact that you don't just have a pass assessment, you work over a period of time in blocks, and there's a lot more support within your clubs, and they come in and it's an external support as opposed to keep going into St George's Park or your county FAs, whatever they might be. I think they have been a success. There's a lot more coaches who have got access now to these courses because of that support, and being able to be in your own environment and having that comfort of not feeling the pressure of an assessment. I remember when I did my A licence, you was mic'd up, all the other coaches were watching you, you were filmed, you'd then go off to see the tutor, or he'd sit down with you and go through your session and sometimes pull your session to pieces, and you think, oh, I did really well there today, and then he goes through it with you and you walk away thinking, oh wow. So I do think that's been a success. I do feel we have to be a little bit careful because there's a lot of courses now run by the FA based on the fact that there's been pressure in the press about how many UEFA A licensed coaches England have and how many Pro licensed coaches England have. I think we need to be a little bit careful about the quality over quantity and vice versa. We need to make sure that we're still delivering top coaches at the right levels. I had quite a big gap between all of my qualifications because although I passed my UEFA B and I passed my A licence and I did my Advanced Youth Award, it wasn't as simple as, oh, I'm an A licensed coach now. I needed to go out and I needed to become an A licensed coach. It's a bit like driving, the old kind of cliche of you learn to pass your test, and then once you pass your test, you learn to drive. I think that still applies to a lot of these qualifications the FA are doing, especially with the external support they do give you now. So I don't think we should be rushing to try and catch up. I think we need to go at our own pace, and we need to ensure that we're still putting out good quality coaches to the young players, because at the end of the day, they're the only ones we're going to be letting down if we put people that are not qualified or experienced enough to do those courses and run those sessions for those players. We're looking at coaching tactics, coaching technical. There's a lot of different questions here, like overtraining, conditioning. So we're talking about maybe a real holistic approach to coaching and coach education. Some of the questions here are player motivation, so we're looking at more of a psychological side now. Observation, so you'll review process that the FA are massive on. Position specific, goalkeeping, all these different elements that come into coach education. Do I think they're all important? Yeah, I do. But it's not just about doing courses to do that. You have to go out and experience these things. You need to be proactive in sourcing, I don't know, phone up clubs. Can I come in and watch a session? If you're interested in learning more about goalkeeping sessions, go and watch a goalkeeping session. One thing that's been amazing, especially on Twitter, I've noticed recently, and especially over the last probably 12 to 18 months, is there's a real family out there of coaches now who want to help each other and want to share their experiences. I like to share my experiences, and in turn I like to hear other people's. I've learned so much. I've been in academy football over 15 years, but by no stretch of the imagination do I think that I can sit back and relax. I need to get out and watch and listen, and I've seen some sessions put on social media by grassroots coaches, and I've found them really exciting to watch them, because you're thinking these guys are doing this with grassroots players, a little tweak here and there, and that's an academy session, that's an under 23 session. You could even do that with first team. So I mean, the holistic approach now, I do think coaches do need to know more about managing parents. They need to understand that it's not just about little Johnny or Jessica who are turning up on a Saturday or a Sunday or an evening session. It's about, you've got to understand the family, because unless you understand the family, you're going to find it really difficult to relate to the player. And at the end of the day, that's our job. We are coaches. We are trying to educate these children in football, and a part of that is the whole player. And you need to understand the psyche of the player. You need to understand where they're at socially, physically, where they're at. Where can you test them? Where can't you test them? Challenges that you can put in sessions. And yes, I do feel that needs to be done within the coach education system, and I think with the youth modules that is done a lot more and a lot better than it has done. But again, the emphasis will be put back on the coach. We talk about ownership for the players. Go out, you need to do extras, you need to really understand where your development's at for players, especially within academy systems. Well, you need to do that as a coach. You need to know where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are. Can you make your strengths super strengths, and can you improve your weaknesses? Because that's only fair to the players. They're the ones that we're bringing to the sessions every week. They're the ones that we're trying to educate, and you need to understand that you're going to be challenged at times, and the only way that you can really justify what you're doing is if you've got an answer to that challenge, if a player questions you. So when you're talking about all these different aspects of coaching, yes, I think that all of it, you need to improve all of it, and whether that's through reading, going to watch sessions, watching more games on telly, watching more live games, talking to other coaches, talking to the players. Ask the players' opinion. You want to evaluate your session, they'll soon tell you if you've created a good enough environment where they feel confident enough. How was my session? And they might turn around and go, well, actually, I didn't think it was very good today. And then you've got to be brave enough to go, okay, all right, why wasn't it? Why wasn't it very good? So yes, the FA system is improved. The youth modules are giving that more holistic approach, that more rounded approach for coaches. The kind of the new assessment, if you want to call it that, system is a lot better. It's helping, and I think we're all heading in the right direction. If you've got any other further questions, please just leave a comment at the bottom of the video. Remember to hit like, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on my next vlog. Thank you.